With the Switch 2 being out for almost 3 months, how about some Switch game recommendations? I should preface that I am not a fan of Zelda, Pokemon, or Fire Emblem, so please don't expect them to appear in this video. I'm grouping these two together mainly because out of all the Nintendo games, Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros. Are the hardest to get wrong, though that's not to say they don't take effort to make. 8 Deluxe contains all the content from the Wii U original as well as fixes the issues it had, and includes new content not found in the Wii U original. Ultimate has every character that has ever been in Smash present and adds a ton of new characters and levels, easily making it the most ambitious Smash game yet. It was exciting to get a 3D Mario game after not having one for 7 years, and this one might just be my favorite. For the first time in a Mario game, the player isn't booted out of the level after collecting a MacGuffin, and the live system has been retired in favor of a coin penalty. While I thoroughly enjoyed playing this game, there is a part of me that wishes it got DLC in the form of a new kingdom. Maybe it could be something spooky related, as the boos were noticeably absent from this game. Since the same team would go on to make Donkey Kong Bonanza, maybe playing that would scratch the itch for additional content. Speaking of spooky, this is easily my favorite Luigi's Mansion game, and I highly recommend playing with a friend if possible. Ever since the GameCube original, I have been desperate for another Luigi's Mansion game, and by the time Dark Moon came around, not only did I not have a 3DS, but I also wasn't as into Nintendo compared to when I was a kid. As a film buff, my favorite part was the movie set where you had to get the director his megaphone and then star in his movie. I like that of the ghost present in the game, he was made friendly. I find this game highly creative in the ways the characters can be used. Objectives vary from level to level, such as cutting the characters to fit inside a shape, transporting an object to its destination, making the characters pointy to pop a balloon, and more. I do hope to play this game with 2 other people, as there are levels designed with a minimum of 3 people to play. This might just be the first great 2D Mario game in a long time. It abandons the recurring story of trying to rescue Peach from Bowser and makes it just about stopping Bowser. I love the introduction of the badges, as they give the game a bit of an RPG element. The parachute cap is my favorite. And there's the new power-ups, with my favorite being the most notable of the bunch, the elephant fruit. The inclusion of the Yoshis and Nabbit to make the game a bit easier makes the game more accessible to those who aren't as experienced. This is a solid 2D Mario game, and I hope future installments follow this model. Knowing me, you probably saw this one coming. This game is where my obsession for Isabelle stems from, but this was one of the quintessential games to play during the early days of COVID. Though much of the gameplay involves performing menial tasks, it is relaxing and oddly satisfying. I'm glad I got a Switch for my birthday the year prior, as I would have had some serious FOMO if I didn't. I haven't played many of the Metroid games, but this makes me want to check them out. Samus controls beautifully, and it's exciting gaining access to new power-ups, especially when they enable travel into previously inaccessible areas. Metroid Dread showed me the appeal of Metroidvanias, leading me to games such as Hollow Knight and both Ori games. I would buy the Switch port of Metroid Prime if it was more heavily discounted. Despite owning a Wii U, I never played the Wii U original. The Switch port includes everything the Wii U original had, as well as some new additions, my favorite of which is easily the co-op. Having 3 captains allows for greater coverage of the map than ever before, and I love the addition of calling any stray Pikmin back to base, as it saves the trouble of having to round them up yourself. I found that each Pikmin game is better than the last. Speaking of which, I'll admit that I haven't been mesmerized by a Nintendo game since I was a kid, but that changed when I played Pikmin 4. As someone who has played and beaten all 4 mainline Pikmin games, this one is easily the best. It has quality of life improvements I didn't know I wanted, such as a little delay that happens when a required number of Pikmin is thrown on an object to prevent the player from throwing more than is necessary. Whenever a player enters an area, the game suggests only the required Pikmin to take out, and whenever a player enters a cave, they can switch to the Pikmin required for the cave without having to go back to the onion, and then back to the required area Pikmin once the cave is left. Ochi is a wonderful addition that provides some new and fun game mechanics. While the game can be challenging at times, overall, it's pretty much on the easy side. I was hoping we would get an update that would fix the issues the game has and provide some bonus content, but 2 years after the game's release, that doesn't look like it's happening. And those are my recommendations for Nintendo Switch games. I'm still thinking I'll wait at least 2 years before getting a Switch 2 because by then, the console should have plenty of exclusives that catch my interest. The only one that does thus far is Donkey Kong Bonanza, and while I would like to play it, I'm not going to buy a Switch 2 just for that game.